Hey there ladies and gents, welcome to another edition of VGU Talks and let's talk games. Today we're back with another Versus. Now you may have seen my thoughts on Destiny vs Warframe, you may have even seen my thoughts on Fallout vs Wasteland, but now we're starting off with the big leagues. It's Call of Duty versus Battlefield, specifically Call of Duty Infinite Warfare versus Battlefield 1. Now you guys might be thinking, the games have only just been revealed. You're going to be doing the verses now and not before they're out? What are you up to, man? Well, you see, this is most likely just going to be a part 1 of what could end up being another trilogy. But whenever something huge is revealed of these games, I'm hoping to do another versus or another installment of this run to give you an insight as to my thoughts as to which one's winning me over as the games are coming closer and closer to release. So keep this in mind, this specific video is going to be covering the announcements and initial reveals of Call of Duty Infinite Warfare and Battlefield 1. This does not involve any of the gameplay yet, doesn't involve the full release whatsoever, it is just my initial feelings of both games and which one I'm already psyched for over the other. Now with that said, let's move forward. And we're going to start with Call of Duty Infinite Warfare because that was the first one to be revealed. It's only fair that we talk about that first. So where are they taking it now? COD is going into space. So I just had to get out a little bit of a Tim Curry there with his spies. And from what we can see now, it's going to add in mechanics from the previous Call of Duty title, but as well as that, it's going to add on top even more stuff. Not a lot of information is out there so far as to what they are truly bringing to the table, but from what we can guess from the trailer, they're going to have a brand new campaign, which is obviously going to take part on what we think is Earth. They never said anything about Earth in the trailer whatsoever, so it might not even be Earth, it might just be a human colony on a new planet, and then they become besieged, fight on the surface of the planet, get into their ships, jump in outer space. It kinda looks cool. Now I've seen a lot of people out there that are like, oh guys, another Call of Duty in space, why are they doing it? I'm actually okay with how this looks. Of course I want to understand more, I want to know what they are going to be doing with the story, I want to understand what they are going to be doing with those full-on space battles, because they've got to be on point, especially since Battlefield have nailed vehicles time and time again, and Call of Duty, although they've had vehicle sections, have always kept it single player. So if they're hinting at the idea that you could have vehicular combat in multiplayer, then I want to see it and I want to understand it and whether they are or are not bringing it to the table. Personally, I don't think they are going to bring it to the table. I think this is specifically going to be a single player experience when you're flying around and battling in space, which is a bit of a shame, but that's kind of what Call of Duty brings. It doesn't want to concentrate on vehicular combat, it wants to concentrate on the ground with set troops battling in confined, controlled areas. So the game actually looks pretty okay. I'm looking forward to seeing more of it, but I'm not 100% sold, and that's mostly because of the business practice of it being sold with Call of Duty 4, the remaster, which, if you want my full thoughts on that, I've got another video up and you can check that out. I'm not going to go into it here, and no, that's not going to affect my thoughts on this series, because that's a business strategy. It has nothing to do with Infinite Warfare as the game, and that's what I'm talking about here. So, as the game, and as of its initial reveal, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, I'm okay with you. You're looking okay. I want to see more. But then we have Battlefield 1. DICE. You've done it again. Now, bearing in mind, the last Battlefield I truly got involved with and truly got hyped about was probably Battlefield Bad Company 2. I really tried getting back in with Battlefield 4, and as much as I ended up enjoying it after the bug fixes were severely fixed, because wow, launch day troubles anyone, I ended up loving Battlefield 4. It was a great game, I loved the Levolutions, I really enjoyed what they brought to the table, and bringing that into a World War I setting where in the campaign you're going to be jumping across different soldiers in different parts of the world, seeing it from the aspects of different parts of the war. You're going to have battles in Arabia, battles in Europe, battles in the States, you name it. probably over the skies, on the seas, on the land, all the different vehicles, the biplanes, horses? Yo! We get horse battles. Because it's going to be a 64-man multiplayer that obviously Battlefield brings to the table every time, I want to see a big squad of guys on horses just galloping across the battlefield, smacking people across the head with the shovels and the axes, then jumping off the horses, shotgunning people in the face, throwing the grenades at people, bashing some more fools. You see, just feeling that alone makes Battlefield 1 a heck of a lot more interesting, at least to me, in comparison to Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Now, there is one thing. Do I prefer World War I / World War II / Modern Warfare style battle, or do I prefer futuristic space battle? All honesty, I don't mind either. I grew up on games like Doom and Quake and Duke Nukem, so yes, I'm a fan of the futuristic stuff, but I did also grow up with the original Call of Duties, the original Medal of Honors as well, so I am very much a fan of World War I, World War II, Modern Warfare style shooters as well. I like them both. I don't have a specific preference when it comes to the theme of the shooter. I just enjoy it for what it brings to the table. And I know I've said that a lot. I'm bringing a lot of things to the table just by saying, oh, bring it to the table. But as of right now, part one of the argument, just going over the trailers, which have been great, I'm gonna have to give my thoughts at the moment and my thumbs up to Battlefield 1. I'm definitely feeling that Battlefield 1 is going to win in this case with the battle of the big shooters for the end of this year. I think Call of Duty just needs to step it up. They need to show people what Infinite Warfare is bringing to the table, not rely on the Modern Warfare remaster to bring in all their pre-orders and all their sales. But ladies and gentlemen, these are just my thoughts. I now want to know where you stand. Which game do you think looks, and in your opinion, is the game to go for so far? Call of Duty Infinite Warfare or Battlefield 1? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time for another edition of VGU Talks.